they'll they'll be very optimistic about how a jurisdiction will look at what they're trying to do. Because the reality is, a lot of these cities, especially smaller towns, they've probably never seen one of these facilities that's processing
Hmm.
ethanol or butane. So they see explosive hazardous material and they get terrified. Like, oh my God, like we don't want to approve something that's it's gonna blow up. That sounds like a lawsuit. So the easiest way to get through that fast is have a fire protection engineer write what they call a process hazard analysis or a fire protection report, which is basically this document that, will analyze all the equipment that you're using. It'll show the process flow. It'll cite all the code sections that are relevant to the equipment you're using. It will provide what they call the engineer peer review citations for each piece of equipment. It basically is just like the cheat sheet for why everything you're doing is compliant. So
Like,
instead of, we recently worked with a jurisdiction in New Jersey, and we would call the, I would talk to the fire official there, and he'd be like, "Well, why didn't you do this?" And I'm like, "Well, actually, in the code, if you look in the code here, you don't have to do that." But he just had all these sort of assumptions because he had never looked at one of these projects. But if you can, and that particular client, even though we did recommend that they get a fire report prepared at the beginning of the project, they didn't want to pay the extra cost for that.